fanboys and fangirls, on today's episode of Technoid, we're going to talk about the Google Pixel Fold. The reported fold that Google has been working on for quite a bit of time, and we have a few reports saying that we can expect the fold to come out next year with some brand new camera technology and some reused camera technology. I'll explain all the details. Also on today's episode, if you have not seen the S22 Ultra leak by now, I'm going to discuss it one more time because I already discussed it on my live episode, but we're going to take a look at it one more time, and I'm going to tell you guys where I stand on this current status of the tech world with this kind of leaking. And lastly, the final story of the day, Apple's next gen silicone chips are rumored to have a 3nm size and are rumored to be spec'd out to 40 cores. Oh boy, I think Apple is turning the heat up. All of that on today's episode, so stay tuned. So story number one, the main story, let's talk about the brand new Google Pixel Fold. Now, I have talked about the Pixel Fold for almost about a year now, but I stopped talking about it because we hadn't really heard anything, and the way Google's been going with the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro, it doesn't look like they need to worry about the foldable being a success, as their phone is actually doing pretty well. So I didn't really feel the need to follow up on the Pixel Fold. But I do know there are a lot of you that actually want to see Google's foldable with so many hints and teases in Android 12 and also so many different rumors coming out. So I said, you know what, let's get back on board. So taking a look at the new reports, there are several indicators saying that the next gen Pixel Fold, or the first gen to be specific, next gen means just the next generation phone, but in regards to the Pixel Fold, it seems that according to several of 9 to 5 Google's APK Insight team, they have been able to gather some of their new devices that are codenamed Passport, which has shifted it into foldable territory, meaning that this codename for their future product is in the realm of foldables. Hint, hint. Taking a look specifically at the details, we can see that it will be using 12.2 megapixel Sony IMX363 sensor, which is the same as the Pixel 5. We also see that it will have a much larger and much higher res sensor that Google's using in the new Pixel 6, but we also see that the camera technology is going to be rather similar to the 6 and 6 Pro. Also looking at the APK sources, they are indicating that this product, whatever it is, dubbed Pixel Pro or Foldable, whatever it's going to be called, it is going to be released reportedly next year in 2022. Now, 2022 seems to be the big year for a lot of tech companies. Seems that Apple is finally going to get off their asses and replace the notch, 100%. It also sees that Samsung is finally going to go all in on their Infinity display with no punch hole. And it also seems that Google is going to pull the trigger on foldables. So there is a lot of momentum and a lot of hype going on right now in regards to the tech world with certain stories like this, and mostly being foldables, redesigns, new generation designs, all that stuff. But taking a look at the Pixel Fold for just what it is, and the reports are saying, a lot of people are a little bit concerned because it's reusing old technology and old camera setups in exchange of going with something new and more premium like the Pixel 6 Pro. But the thing is that I don't really see a problem with this because they're not using cheap sensors. They're using high ProRes Samsung and Sony lenses, so it's not like they're going to go all cheap and just take whatever TCL is dishing out. No offense to TCL, they do make some good products, but I gotta be honest, I'm not a big fan of your camera system. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion. But regardless of that, so Google doesn't need to even have to worry about it because they have great optimization, and now that they've got their own in-house software and hardware working hand in hand with image processing built into their Tenure chip, I don't really see a need for them to want to really, have to worry about using old technology. I mean, does it sound bad on paper? Absolutely, but you know what? If it helps with the foldables price point by not raising the price and also keeps it consistent and also giving the best premium experience you can get for a foldable in comparison to Samsung, and if you want to throw Microsoft, then why not? I'm all for it. I don't see anything wrong with it. So That's the Pixel Fold. We are going to keep you guys up to date here on Technoid. I will make sure that you guys are good to go with the rumors and everything that you need to know about this phone. So make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications so you don't miss when I upload, so that way you get the scoop when the time comes. Now we got that out of the way, let's talk about that Samsung leak. Alrighty guys, so over the weekend we had a huge breaking news that came from Front Page Tech, obviously, and it was the S22 Ultra leak. Now, I've already discussed this leak, and I can tell you guys that I am not a big fan of the design. Not that I don't think it's a bad design, but I feel that it is a very reused design that's been going on for a while. And while it is a great design, I've already said what I had to say about it in my live stream if you want to check it out. But of course, I know I'm going to piss some people off what I'm about to say now. But taking a further dive into this leak, I really think we need to start addressing leaks now. Because it was one thing where we would talk about renders and mock-ups, where we never really revealed the information. Now, we're actually leaking demo models that are given to beta testers, and they're given to these beta testers are given a responsibility to keep it confidential. And the first thing they do is they leak it to news sources, and not just for their minute of fame, but they're also putting a risk on themselves. Now, I know that Jon Prosser has protected the source very, very carefully, but do you honestly think, and I'm not saying Jon cannot protect them, I do think he will protect them to the best that he can, but do you really think a big company like Samsung isn't going to find out? Do you honestly believe that Samsung is not capable of finding out exactly which model that they gave to and who leaked it? And to the people that have these devices, that have these leaked devices, you know, you're given a responsibility to be a tester. Your responsibility is to literally agree to what you signed on the dotted line in your disclosure. The first thing you want to do is leak it out. And while we have renders and mock-ups, there's a difference between practical and renders. Renders are not official images. They are things that we can base off of that help to build hype. They don't actually leak the product, they actually give us some momentum. But when you start releasing the leak of the actual device, you're putting yourself at risk. You're just trying to grab some fame, but also you're basically breaking an agreement that Samsung trusted you with. And you know something? This is going to sound mean, but I'm very happy that Samsung is stepping up to try to actually fix this, because they're on top of this. Now, of course, again, like I said, Jon will protect the source, but I don't feel sorry for whoever decided to do this. I don't feel sorry for you. You chose to do this. You want your fame? Well, you got it, but it's going to come at a cost. And I think that these kinds of leaks have truly, they've truly started to devalue the fun and excitement, because even though my job is to cover them, there are times when I choose not to, and then there are times when I choose to. But at the end of the day, these kinds of leaks are something that I usually try not to cover. But you can't avoid them, and you gotta talk about them. But I'm gonna just say to you guys that this kind of stuff is the reason that tech events, you know, there's really no momentum for it. There's really no hype for it. So I just wanted to add that in from what I said on my live stream, and if you guys agree with me, you agree with me. If you disagree, you're completely fine to disagree. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it, and I'm not going to get mad. And last story, final story, let's talk about those Apple CPUs. Now, according to Mac Rumors, the next generation Apple Pro chips are in the works, and according to several rumors and people, insiders, they are saying that Apple is working on what could possibly be a very big upgrade, not just for the chipsets, but for the entire performance of any computer. According to the rumors, they are saying that Apple's next gen Pro chips are going to be maxed out at 40 cores, people. 40 cores. Can you imagine that? A computer, a tablet can't even achieve a computing power with 40 cores. They're also saying that the architect of the chip is going to be 3 nanometers small. Now, again, this is just a very early rumor. This is something that is still in production, and that this is something that they're still working on. So they're nowhere near this. But let's just hypothesize for a second. If Apple pulls this off, makes a 3 nanometer 40 core CPU. They're going to crush the competition. They're going to crush the competition. They are going to absolutely destroy anything that any tech company in any paradox in any universe could compete with. Now, I'm not saying this because I've seen what Apple can do. This is literally on another level. So I'm going to keep you guys up to date on this story, so make sure, again, if you are not subscribed, you better subscribe and turn on those notifications so you do not miss when I upload, because guys, stories like this is what makes me excited, and I'm all for it. And that is it for today's episode of Technoid. Now guys, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, hit the like button. If you disliked the video, you can hit the dislike button. And also guys, real quickly, my voice is a little bit out of it since I am still recovering from UFC. By the way, such a great event, had a fun time. It was an honor to be at MSG. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little short that I shared out. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, stay safe, have a great rest of your day, guys. Take care, and peace!